So peeps, another day, another look around this panel, part 3. Now what we're going to be doing is the PLC, the brains of the outfit. Now this is a real brief overview, but this will get you started starting off with the CPU. This is the actual brains of the PLC. This will process the inputs to the outputs according to the program it's used. There is real no standard for the program itself, nor is there any for the process, but there are a lot of them use ladder logic, and they're all loaded up by either USB or an Ethernet cable. So what we have here is a brief overview of the first module being the CPU and the IOUs, would be the inputs and the outputs all together in one module. So if you were to have a breakdown, what you do is you grab this page, you'd be looking for your LEDs, see if they're illuminated, and then that would give you your first indication. So if you've got voltage, then you could use multimeter. As you can see, some of these LEDs will be flickering on. That's because we're getting a signal back. Or on the bottom row, your outputs are being put out by the CPU. So next up, what we're going to be doing is an overall view of your inputs. So your input modules send your signals to the CPU. Inputs are only on-off signals. Like examples is switches, sensors, and a float switch. This just gives signal to the CPU, to then that can process. Common 24 and 0 being on the left-hand side, supplying the unit. And what we do is make our way down to the outputs. Now this is when the CPU's done its bit using mainly ladder logic. Now these terminals will be sending your signals out to mainly your A1s on your heaters, your contactors, bringing in anything really. And then on the left we've got the Ethernet cable. This will be then sending signals back and forwards from our main HMI control panel. Next bit I'll put on just so you can just see the run from the actual CPU module itself up to our HMI screen into the back of it. Now this is our main control panel. Next up is going to be coming back from our PT100s, our RTDs, and this is called our analog inputs. Now this is done normally via either two ways, 0 to 10 volt or 4 to 20 milliamps. Now this is giving you a range in which can be processed. So this is an on-off. This will actually give you a range from like 0 to 100%, and these are normally used by RTDs, normally known as PT100s, pressure switches or strain gauge. So the clamp on the right is just earthing the screen, and as it's going in with power cables, we don't want no electronic interference. Now, quick trick, if you've got 4 cables, what I normally do is mark up one set of red and whites and then take a picture. You'll know where they've come out then.